The Aussies rousing chant bringing this game under the floodlights of Lignano Sabbiadoro to an opening. We've got the German team lining up in their black, red and yellow shirts, and the Aussies lining up in yellow and green. And if you are joining us, hope you've just joined the stream. We have a stadium announcer, Luigi, just welcoming the crowd. Not such a big crowd as there was for last night's game, and the afternoon game USA-Italy was a massive crowd down here, but the cool of the evening hasn't brought too many fans out apart from the two nations competing. We are starting to see some players drift in from the fields. Games finishing very late this afternoon. There was games starting at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So by the time the players have finished that game, warmed down, had a chat, eaten, they'll be getting on for this sort of time. So we do hope wherever you are, you're able to join us. This is the pool match in the mixed division. We're watching Australia versus Germany. Okay, so the Germans, see the tall figure of Roux pass out and back in again. Nice disc forward. It's the rapid cutting of the 16 shirt, which is Lisa Kalfus. Quick exchange of discs with Roux, and the disc goes into the end zone. Yeah, it's beautiful. First point from the German offense, scored by number 21, which is Alexander Wurst. And Roux Vital involved several times during that point, and so we saw also some great cuts from Lisa Kalfus, making herself available under after a deep cut was marked out. Very rapid across this dusty sand surface here in the beaches of Italy. We're watching Australia versus Germany in the mixed division here from the World Beach Ultimate Championships in Lignano Sabbiadoro in Italy. A big hut from the Australians. It's being chased down by a very tall player. Good bid. Oh, disc goes to sand. It was a great defensive bid there. Is it 99? Is it 99 or 88? Difficult to read the number on the back. I think that was Peter Liddicoat. Sorry, no, what am I talking about? 99. That's Rob Schumacher. Plays a lot of his ultimate in Great Britain. Looking with the German team now. We see Mel Schlock cutting deep. She's been looked off. And now rapid cut from the Germans, number 19. Ami Rusch. Disc from Schlock down to Schumacher. Schumacher looking deep. He sends it. It's number 2, Annika Annika Preenan collecting that disc in the end of the end zone. Beautiful flow from the German offense, making fast passes down this line. And they score. Very, very efficient from the Germans. So a whistle from the staff. The volunteers here in Italy doing great work. Australia 2 points down to Germany. Australia in the gold and green, and Germany in the black, gold and red. And a big send from the Australian, knocks his German counterpart over as he throws it. And I'm sure it's going to be some sort of disagreement there. I think there's a call from number 41, Nicholas Fink. Well, maybe not a call, but a dangerous play. It was Peter Lidicote who put his full arm into that one, and I don't know whereabouts. I know whereabouts on Nicholas Fink. He caught him, but he caught him very hard. Two players seem to have gone off and sorted that one out amicably, but one pass from the Aussies to score that one. They bring it back 1 point. The score is 2 to Germany and 1 to Australia. If you are watching, wherever you're watching, hope you're enjoying this stream from the beaches of Lignano Sabbiadoro. I'm Tom Styles. You can follow everything that's going on here at the World Championships of Beach Ultimate. A great deep pull from Australia, putting a lot of pressure, but straight away it's Lita Kalfus and makes a great cut and a nice disc that finds her. And Germany getting out of trouble there. Carolina sends the disc, it's Lisa Kalfus, brings it down just short of the end zone. Germans again proving so quick against this Australian defence. Rue Vittel now with the knee strap and the 13 on his back. Fakes the hammer. Sends the disc across to 21. And he sends it into the end zone. Rue Vittel chasing that down. He brings it down, celebrates, arms in the air. The Germans extend their lead, 3-1. But from that enormous, great floating pull from the Australians, really putting the Germans in what looked like a lot of trouble right at the back of their own end zone. But the first disc made its way halfway up the pitch. Lisa Kalfus, having made a good deep cut, turned around, found the disc in a lot of space. She had to make up some ground to get it, but she did so. And some sweet flowing German offense after that. Aussies running fast on D, but it's unable to contain this the team in black and gold. And the Germans so far. Okay, so if you do want to tweet us, if you want to hit us up on the communication, if you put the hashtag WCBU2011, and we'll try and read them out on the show. We do have Twitter on the beach tonight, which is nice. No emails, unfortunately, but if you do want to drop us an email about the coverage, we are reading all our emails and we'll try and respond to as many of them as possible. The email address is show@BlockstackTV. But if you want to get in touch tonight, during timeouts, we can go and read your tweets. If you want to cheer for one of the teams, if you're tuning in from Australia, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know who you are, where you are, and whether you're what you think the result's going to be. Right now, the Germans in pole position, 3-1 to the good. Nice pass forward. Dump pass to number 33. Swinging it across to 88. It's Lidicote again. And finds 67, which is Lou Fernside. 67 cutting around, having to make several pivots before she gets that disc out. And it's floated up. It's Lidicote chasing it down. He catches it short of the end zone. 22 making Lilla Hardridge, but it finds its way into the end zone eventually, and the Australians bring that down. Lidicote, having dumped the disc back to Michael Thomas, makes the 1-2 by his own cut into the end zone. Thomas back to Lidicote, and Aussies bring it back to 3-2. So, like I say, if you are somewhere in the world and you're watching us and you'd like to communicate with us, on Twitter is the best way to do that. Anything with the hashtag #WCBU2011, and we'll get to those during timeouts and any other breaks we have. We can see some of the German players swinging their hips to the music as our cameraman Sean not quite quick enough to catch those swinging German hips. Believe me, they were swinging. And the crowd's starting to build up in the stand behind me as this game builds up. You know, the Germans at the top of this pool at the moment in the championships. Australia third, but neither team undefeated. It's a case of putting themselves in a good position for the quarters and semi-finals. We see Rue Vittel again, sends it deep, it's floating. It's going to be pressure from the Australians, but it's caught just outside the end zone. It's the number 11 shirt for Germany. And she's faking. She's got no real options. The stall count's getting higher. She swings it right across the pitch. Great get out for Germany. Stall count high. Back to Vittel now. Middle of the pitch, 10 yards out. He's looking at Hammer. He's got open side, no, close side options, but he swings it and resets. Back to the 11 shirt of Jan Lepthin. And it goes into the end zone and right across the pitch. And it was, I'm sure, was that number 2 for Germany, Annika Prerin again. Big German squad here. Let's see if we can count up their ranks. Yeah, they have a full complement of 20 players in this German side. Not nearly so many on the Aussies. The Aussies only have 15, which is still a good sized beach team. The mixed division requires to have at least 2 of both sexes on the pitch, and the gender of the 5th member of the side is decided by the team who will start that point attacking, the team that are receiving the disc. Generally, most teams go with 3 guys and 2 girls. Occasionally, if you see a team with particularly strong females on the team, they choose to play 3 women, but that's the exception rather than the rule, as we see Aussies again starting out. So we've had a couple of bits of communication already. We'll read them out when we get to the next stoppage in play. Thank you very much. If you are getting in touch, hashtag WCBU2011 on Twitter. It's the best way to get in touch with us. We see the Australians moving the disc now. A bit of a low one for 33 shirt. Michael Thomas together, but he floats it up into space. Lidicott jumps, lands just short of the end zone. Tries the high disc, back to Thomas, and we see that Lidicott-Thomas combination again. Those two hooking up nicely on the Australian offence. Teams traded out a few points now. The offensive lines for both squads working well. No turnovers. And 4-3 is the score. The Germans in the ascendancy at the moment. And we've got Blockstack Steve watching from the Blockstack apartment back on the other side of the village. And let's say hello to Digimoral as well. Watching and says, nice to see German play as a temporary exile in the US. Is it Bobo Eric? It says those German jerseys are balling. That was nice from Blue Arse Flies. Oh no. And just a few of the tweets there. I don't think they're watching the stream, are they? But if you, Furious Goats, Blockstack Steve, say hi to everyone watching from us. So yeah, thank you very much to Furious Goats. They're watching. And from Canada, thank you very much to those guys. And the Germans again making progress. Lisa Kalfuss, the far side of the pitch. The dust rising from these players running around, changing direction very quickly. It's dry sand out here. 21 for Germany. Alexander Voss floats that disc into the end zone, brings it down. It's Nicholas Fink, number 41 for Germany, bringing that disc down. And again we see clinical offense. And the scoreboard on the far side of the pitch I think is incorrect. I think that should be 5-3. Yeah, that's correct now. Yeah, 5-3 is definitely the score, and a lot of the scorecards are just dropped off the back of the score there. This broadcast has been brought to you by I Am Ultimate. My name is Tom Stiles. I do a show called Blockstack TV. It's a podcast on the internet all about Frisbee. You can find that on Blockstack TV or blockstack.tv. You can also do a search for Blockstack on Facebook, and we've got a page on there. Click like, and everything we do will appear in your stream. And you'll also be able to communicate with your friends. A great layout block, first pass block from the German number 19. Awesome play from Arnie Roosh. And the disc goes across the top, and it's an easy score. Number 6 picking it out. It's Margit Muller. Margit Muller catches that disc, but it was Arnie just cutting up the sands, getting that fingertip touch horizontal. Arnie Roosh, number 19, and very, very hard for the Australians to take. They managed to get their flow going on the last couple of points, but when you can't even get the first point out, frustration amongst the gold and greens. And that makes the scoreline look a little bit more one-sided towards Germany. 6-3 is the score now. The black, red and gold jerseys looking great under the floodlights on the beaches of Lignano. Crowd behind me building up. A lot of German fans waving the German flag at the top of the stands, encouraged by the play of their team so far, no doubt. And that disc is floating beautifully, timed and well put disc. It's going to be a little bit on the back line, right on the tape, inches away from perfection. And we've seen a lot of discs on the beach. It's a much shorter pitch than you get on grass. Grass we play 100 metres long. The beach pitches here are only 75 metres long, and the first 15 metres of that is your own end zone, so you've actually only got 60 metres to throw the disc if you want to put it out of the back of the end zone. Liddicoat now for the Australians. Manages to find Martin Thomas again and sends it, but too far. Michael Thomas, the bright yellow cap. And we've seen Thomas and Liddicoat exchange several discs already. They're clearly well hooked up mentally, know where each other are going. A favoured first option. We can see the Aussie team marking hard. The sideline saying mark your under, mark your under. And the two girls are the deep options, Mel's Lock. And it's no option, nothing coming now. The two ladies are still deep. We've got 3 guys handling. Mel's Lock now with the disc, and it's pressure from Aussie stopping that deep put from Mel's Lock. She did look for it, and now she's got a high stall count on her. Sarah, the number Sarah Jones, and a time called by Mel's Lock. And I don't know what the stall was on, but Sarah Jones had got most of the way to 10, I'm pretty sure. So we'll take this opportunity of the timeout to let you know about the ways you can get in touch with us. We don't have email on the beach tonight. We do have Twitter. So do drop us a tweet wherever you are. We'd just love to hear from you. We'll be able to read your tweet out. And we got so anything with the hashtag WCBU. So Furious Goats, not Canada. We're from Poland. Of course you are. I knew that. And Leo's watching. Yes, hello Leo. Leo's a long-time fan of the show and watched most of our streams from Vancouver. And she says, is Steve back to his good-looking self yet? No. Steve took a tumble down the stairs at our apartment in Maribor and broke most of his face. It wasn't pretty. Well, actually, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but he did have a couple of nasty cuts. But Leo, if you're watching, Steve is okay. Of course you can. So we've got where are you from? From Germany. So we've got a German player just in the stands behind me, just wants to send some greetings home. We'll just get a bit more cable available for you. So what's your name?
I'm Maike.
And which team are you playing on this weekend?
I'm playing Women's Division Germany.
Okay, so you've got a tricky game against Great Britain tomorrow morning.
Yes, we have, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay. Who would you like to say hello to?
I would say hello to Ines Panten, who is looking and cheering for the German mixed team now. And I want to send greetings to Matthias and Verena Brucklacher, who are also looking.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the game. Good luck to Germany. By the looks of things, they're not going to need too much luck. They started this game very strongly indeed. Melge Lok with the disc, the number 3 shirt, marked by Sarah Jones. Hello to Jonathan Potts if you're watching. Sarah came here to the beaches of Italy straight from her honeymoon and left her husband back in Australia. Good work, Sarah. And the Germans advancing. Pass back to Zlok. Swing to number 14. Sylvester. And he sent the disc forward now. Finds Lok. One-handed grab. Nice. At full pace he was running there. Sends the disc. It's into space. It's beautifully caught by number 41. It's Nicholas Fink again. Seemingly involved in a lot of the German play. But from all that pressure the Australians managed to create before that perfectly timed timeout from Melge Lok. And a little bit of frustration from the Australians, able to create the pressure, not able to capitalise on it. And the Germans advancing again, 7-3 is the score. So we have players, people watching confirmed in the Netherlands and in Poland. And I'm sure we've got some German fans watching. If you're in Australia and you're watching us, please do send us a tweet. Anything with the hashtag #WCBU2011. So #WCBU2011, and if you follow that hashtag on Twitter, save it as a search, and you can see all the action that everyone's sending back from the beach. All the teams using that to mark their tweets as being from the tournament. And hands in the air from the Australians. And discs flying up from the Germans. Catches, again, very, very fast running. Nice pivot out and a good first pass, but a mistake from 67. It's Lou Fernside. Fails to grab that, and the Germans advancing again. Laser disc into the end zone. And a great grab. She has to go up high. Wasn't perfect, but she made the grab count. I think that was number 2 for Germany. There's Annika Perrin again. Seemingly involved in a lot of the points. Got some good stats for this game already. And the Aussie fans in the stands making their voices heard. The dust rising up from this beach. So the weather forecast for the next couple of days is actually looking a little bit better. And by better, I mean not as hot. It's been roasting down on the beach for this week. All the players suffering with the heat. Just standing out on the beach in the middle of the day is very, very hard work. I cannot imagine what it's like playing and running around. Just taking on enough liquids during the day is very, very hard. And we've got JB watching from Cologne, full of pride, seeming the strong German mixed team, and tremendous pressure and high class. So thank you very much. Is that DFVDE? Is that the German Disc Federation? No. DFEDE. VDE. I'm guessing that must be... I'm not sure what that might be. I'm not going to attempt to try and guess what the acronym is. Yeah, hello to you watching in Cologne. Germans making us very, very strong start to this game. 8-3 is the score. And the Aussies coming out of that timeout early, passing around, getting their hands warmed up. Not that it's cold out here at all. Lou Fernside just passing around with Karen Baker there. Staying loose, keeping active. And it's great to see so many of the Aussies. Great to see so many Aussies flying over here from the other side of the world. I really do appreciate their presence at a tournament. It makes the event so much more international. And this mixed side, clearly where a lot of the talent and strength from Australia has come to. Open team so far. Some disappointing results from them. From their point of view, the disc from Germany just lands out. It's going to be bricked by number 88, Peter Liddecote. And Peter's brother, Jonathan Liddecote. I met Jonathan in Vancouver. If you're watching, Jonathan, hello. It's the number 8 shirt. Passes out to Michael Thomas and goes deep himself. Comes back under. It's Morgan Llewellyn. 1-2 exchange with Thomas, and it's going to be Lou Fernside. She misreads the disc. He's going to have to lay for it. Oh, it's Fernside facing the wrong way. Beautifully weighted pass from Michael Thomas. It was a sure score, and no doubting her commitment to get that disc when she realised it was there, but she was facing the wrong way, following her marker almost, as the disc from looking to cut back towards the middle of the pitch, but the disc from Thomas well weighted down that wing, and Lou Fernside, despite the great bid to the sand, unable to connect with it. And we're now going to see the Germans trying to take this game out to 9-3. How can they do that? Is there anything the Australians can do to stop them? Again, a big force from Morgan Llewellyn, getting his hands high and low. Michael Thomas trying to stop advancing. Rob Schumacher with the disc. Nicholas Fink. Looking deep now. Schumacher's gone deep in the red cap. He's chasing that down. It's melted into the end zone. So casual from Schumacher. Exchanges a hand slap with Morgan Llewellyn. Llewellyn beaten for speed by Schumacher. Very, very rapid across the surface of this sand. And the German mixed side taking this out to 9-3 ahead. The Aussies playing some nice ultimate out here. But when they give the disc away, the Germans are giving them no opportunities at all to take it back. As Lou Fernside comes jogging across the pitch towards us. We can have a... Yes, she is completely coated in sand. So thanks to all the people who have got in touch with us on Twitter. We do appreciate it. Our cameraman tonight is Sean Colfer from the UK. We've got Rose and Tushar from I Am Ultimate pressing the buttons. And my name is Tom Styles. I do a podcast on the internet called Blockstack TV, all about Ultimates. And we've also been commentating on games all the way through this World Championships of Beach Ultimate. Beautiful disc from the Germans. Great first layout there to try and stop the first pass, but just waited for the layout to go across him. Then through the disc anyway. Liddecote exchanging disc with 85, and he sent it. Thomas Tullett, he's not sent it. Back to Tullett. He's exchanged passes with Liddecote again. Tullett. The 3 shirt of Chris Cunliffe. Cross to Liddecote. Sends the hammer deep into the end zone, but a little bit too much pepper on that one from Liddecote. I'm not sure who that was to. It was Chris Cunliffe who was down that way, but never looked near where that disc was landing. And no hang, just a very, very angled disc, not sticking around in the sky at all. No mistake or error allowed, and unfortunately it was a little bit too far. A receiver with no opportunity to chase. As we see fast breaks from the German women again, we see that. And a turnover mistake from the Germans. Sarah Jones now. Tullett. Across to Liddecote. Liddecote's going to be a bit more careful with the disc, surely this time. Tullett again making a nice cut across. Grabs it one-handed, flying horizontal. The crowd liking that action. Nice disc, beautiful break force. Back to Chris Cunliffe in the back of the end zone. But Tullett made all the play there. Getting himself horizontal. High grab, waist high. And then the break force pass to Cunliffe. It was a straight disc. There was no inside out required. It was fast enough. And Cunliffe's cut was clear enough. And the Aussies putting a nice point on the board there, that they still trail Germany 9-4. And the issue here is that that's the German team are just not giving the Australian team the disc at all. Very, very difficult to take a disc off this German team. I think that was the one mistake they've made so far this game on offense. And that's despite a lot of pressure from the Australians. The Australian number 23 is Lee Baker. Floats that disc high. If that comes back in, that's going to be a miracle, because that's floated over the stands. It's hit the floodlight post on the corner of the end zone, the corner of the stand. The crowd giving that an ironic cheer. And it's going to be brought back in. This is a good question. Where did the disc go out? The Australians certainly not helping themselves. And a little bit of frustration creeping into the body language of some of the players on the sideline. It's the first rule of Ultimate. If you're going to give the disc to the other team, make sure you give it to them well into their own half. You see the 10 shirt of Ferdinand Haas. Rue Vettel. Haas again. Back to 21. Verst. Vettel. Going to be into the end zone. Beautiful catch from the 10 shirt of Ferdinand Haas. And the German team again making no mistakes on their offensive line. And the Aussies gifting them a disc 10 yards outside their end zone. No mistake from the Germans. And very difficult to apply enough pressure against this strong German team. The Aussies unable to do so. And the score is now 10-4. Do we have any more tweets, Tushar? Do we have any more tweets from our viewers? Anything with the hashtag #WCBU2011. That's #WCBU2011. We're watching that hashtag. So if you include that in your tweet, we'll get it. Mention the live streaming that you're watching, and we'll try and read it out if there's another pause in play. And we've got Elidio Sator watching it. Go Germans. And the Michael Thomas now. 33 shirt sends it deep. It's going to be chased down hard. It's caught high above his head. Beautiful point. Morgan Llewellyn making up the ground, getting away from his marker. These tall Australians connecting up nicely. Not often enough. So Leo watching. She says, thank you very much. How could I not be watching? She's a big fan of our streams. Okay, so Ulti Craig, thank you very much for clarifying that. Goat is Toronto, Furious George is Vancouver, Poland is Furious Groat. Toronto here, great job, Tom. Thanks, Tushar. Go Canada Women. So that's from Ulti Craig. Thank you very much, Craig. And we've got Chino582 watching. Thank you very much, Chino. Thanks, guys. Greetings from Potsdam. Let's go Germany. And Jolof Death got up to watch WCBU 2011. Aussies in trouble straight away. I trust, Jolof, you're watching in Australia. Just do confirm that and tell us whereabouts you're watching it. The DFVDE. Hi, Tom. Exactly. I'm the Executive Director of the German Flying Disc Federation. Say hello to Thomas Griesbaum attending in Congress. Yes, we've seen Thomas down on the beach and he's having a great time building up his tan. And Katerina. Oh, so it's Katharina, isn't it? No, it's Carolina. And Rue Vettel now collecting the disc this side of the pitch. And the 13 shirt. Big pressure from the 47 shirt of Vil Kristoffersen. Lisa Kalfus finds the 21 shirt. Alexander Verst floats the disc to Kalfus. She's going to chase that down. Beautifully weighted disc. Sarah Jones in hot pursuit. Rue Vettel now making it all the way away from his man. Nothing Will Kristoffersen could do about that. Rue Vettel so far ahead of him. And all Kalfus had to do was float the disc into his path. Rue Vettel scoring that one for Germany. They move within a point of taking this game. And Elodia Satora greets from Dresden in Germany. Go Germans. And Frederico Ciao, thank you for making an awesome broadcast. What's up with the Ukrainian scores? So let's explain this. If you're watching and you've checked the ulti stats, and you will have spotted something odd with the Ukrainians. What happened earlier today is that the tournament committee received a complaint from one of the teams saying that the Ukrainians had fielded a player that was ineligible. That player had already played and was rostered with the Russian mixed side. The WFTF Rules Committee got together and made the judgment that Ukraine's games should all be forfeited. 13-0. It was a decision that they did not come to lightly. Very, very regretful, but also unanimous. And the player involved has been disqualified from the tournament completely. Will play no further game, no further point, no further place in this tournament. The Ukrainian team have forfeited all their pool games, but they will be able to continue if they choose to do so from whatever position that leaves them in the open division. They may well be competing later on, as we see Michael Thomas finding the tall figure, and he floats it up back to him. He's going to be Michael. No, it's Lidico chasing it. Beautiful defense from the Germans, getting their hand up high to that one. There's a number 8 shirt of Morgan Llewellyn. But this time the tall Australian guys not able to make those connections. Sorry, the score is 11-5. I thought the score was 12-5. The score is 11-5, so the Germans still with 2 points to get. Aussies need to get their defensive line rolling, but so difficult to do so against these fast German offense. Very, very, very flowing. What they're playing is 3 handlers at the back. They have a stack of 2 in the middle, and they've been playing generally they've been playing their women in the stack up the middle. Amazing floor speed across the sand from the number 15 shirt, but it dumped back to number 22. Was it Daniela Sprunk? And number 15 has got the disc now for Germany. Sends it, hammer over the top, Schumacher underneath it, brings that down two-handed. Nothing that Morgan Llewellyn could do. The Germans slap hands and celebrate. We saw Sprunk in Maribor in Slovenia, playing with the German women, who took home the gold medal from that tournament. Very successful tournament for them, unbeaten, and they beat Great Britain in the final. And Sprunk was a key part of that team. Disco Fever watching from Würzburg, watching the live stream and cheering for the German mixed team. Swampy, we're eating pies and watching the stream. Nice work, Tom and Co. Thank you very much, Swampy. And is that Tiger Webb watching from Australia? Australia. I think that's Aussie slang for come on, isn't it? And Linus75, greetings from Rotterdam to Nico Fink and the German team. Thank you very much, Linus, for watching. Do keep your tweets coming in. Hashtag WCBU2011. We'll use the pauses in the game to communicate with you wherever you are. And the disc goes out. It's a big one. There's a mistake straight away. I think the Australian, it was Tom Tullett. As soon as Tom Tullett threw that disc, he could see that it was going to go out, and he turned his back away. It's unfortunate. It seems to be the only option the Australians give themselves at the moment, but Germans advancing again. How are this Australian team going to get the disc back off them? Oh, they're going to get it off them like that. The German handling error a little bit too far for the 33 shirt of Anita van Barneveld. And Tom Tullett picks up the disc again. A little bit more caution perhaps this time. He's got good deep cuts to throw to, but he has to choose Lidiker to use the dump pass. Tom Tullett's going to have to come back again. This time he's gone deep. He's sprinted away from him. Lidiker gets the disc out, but it's not perfect. There's a little bit of bend on that. It's going away. The German's going to bid. Oh, so deep. And a foul called. It was the number 28 shirt of Tim G going backwards and falling over as he got that. Trying to attempt that grab. So just reflecting on the Ukrainian controversy, the Ukrainians obviously upset, but I think just everyone in the tournament was a little bit sad to see the whole incident happen. But I think the WFTF committee wanted to send a fairly clear message that that sort of thing is not acceptable, and I think that message has been received loud and clear by the whole Ultimate community, not just people at the tournament, but everywhere else. And I hope the tournament committee can explain their findings as we send the disc again long and too far ahead of Tim G. He's cutting hard. And Marvin Horter, Marvellous Marvin, on the pitch. Long time fan of Blockstack TV. I think Marvin's one of the only 3 people in the world to own a Blockstack TV hoodie, which he got off myself and Steve a long time ago. The Germans dominant so far. They're 1 point away from this. This could be the key moment. Sends the disc deep, but miscommunication from the deep cutter. It's number 14, which is Sylvester. Oh, what a mistake! Was that a foul on the disc? This looked like it was perfect, and miscommunication was the problem there. And this is one of those situations where the disc went exactly where he intended, and the receiver had made the wrong cut, and it's coming back in on 0. Uncontested foul. Tim G getting his body a little bit too in the way for the likes of the German offensive line. Aussies wait. Early cut from Inga Johnson. And it's deep cuts again, the same cuts that's gone before. This time come back underneath and there's no long disc. And a pressure from the Australians. Hands up from the number 1 shirt of Madeline Young. And they put it in for a nice score. Tim G to Jonathan Lidicote. But it was Madeline Young, number 1 shirt, getting that block in the middle of the pitch. And finally the Australian defence managing to generate a little bit of pressure. Very few options going deep. They were both closed down. The undercuts were also closed down. And the turnover, and the first turnover the Australian defence have really generated. The others have been sort of handling mistakes from the Germans. When I say the others, I mean the other one. Very clinical offence from the Germans. (12-6) is the score. I'm sure you can read the captions, which have all been provided by I Am Ultimate. Sponsoring this stream. Say thanks to our other sponsors, 5 Ultimate and Discraft and Hero Disc. And there are many other sponsors as well for the tournament. As you can see in the images above the live stream on the live at iamultimate.com, which is where you're watching this stream. I'd like to say thank you to all of those guys. 21 sends out to Sprunk, and a mistake or a pick call. Sprunk a little bit frustrated by that pick call. It was number 10, Kristen Knott. Sprunk able to find. Sorry, it's Annika Perrin in the number 2 shirt, not Sprunk. Sprunk is wearing 22. Annika Perrin wearing 2. My mistake. Good. Again, the pressure from the Aussie ladies building, generating a difficult situation for the Germans, but they're looking to break out of it. The undercut's being closed down. And this time a deep disc goes up. It's going to be very, very difficult to catch. It's Perrin going for it. Oh, she does take it down. Beautiful grab in the end zone for Germany. They take this game in the mixed division. 13-6 clinical offense. Very, very few mistakes, despite heavy Australian pressure. Heavy Australian pressure. It's the Germans that come out of victors. Annika Perrin with the score in the corner. Spectacular way to finish this great game under the floodlights of the Italian beaches here in Lignano Sabbiadoro at the World Championships of Beach Ultimate 2011. So I have a quick catch up on what our people have been saying on Twitter before we go. Okay, we need to talk about what we're having for games tomorrow. So tomorrow we've got 3 live finals, 4 hours of live streamed Ultimate. Please do tune in, but also do us a favour, drop an email onto your local email list, whichever list you use to communicate with your Ultimate community in your city or your country, as the German fans applaud their supporters in the crowd, and the crowd take to their feet and applaud the German team. The Aussies doing the same for their fans. Well-spirited game, this one. Very, very few calls and all settled quite amicably and quickly. Nice to see. So yeah, we'll be here tomorrow from 5 p.m. Italian time. Sorry, 7 p.m. Not 1700, 1900. Yes, 1900 we'll be here. So that's 7 p.m. Italian time. That's when the first game starts. We'll probably be online 10 minutes before that. And we'd love for you to join us if you could. live.iamultimate.com is the address. It's on the World Championships of Beach Ultimate website, WCBU 2011. If you're watching this and you've enjoyed the coverage, we hope that you join us tomorrow night for that as well. And we're going to be signing off in just a minute. So tomorrow night it's going to be the 3 finals. We've got the Grandmasters final, the Mixed Masters final, and then the highlight of tomorrow night, the Women's final, which is going to finish about 11 p.m. Italian time. So what's that, minus 6 hours for the east coast of the US? It's going to be just coming home from work time, isn't it? So do tune in wherever you are, and we hope that if the clocks don't align particularly well and you're required to stay up late, that you do so and are able to join us. Like I say, do drop us an email, show@Blockstack.tv, but also tell your friends about it. We're putting a lot of effort into the live streaming. We've had some quite difficult technical problems to overcome. We're hoping that the stream that we've had out the last couple of nights has been good enough for you to enjoy the game and soak up some of this Italian atmosphere down on the beaches. So please do let your friends know, drop them an email. We'll be on air between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. 4 hours of live streamed Ultimate from the beaches in Italy. And we'll just quickly say hello to a few people who've tweeted us in the last 10 minutes or so. Scorcher74. Yeah, it does suck about the Ukraine. And yes, they only brought 8 or 9 players, and I think that was one of the reasons they had to go and ask for the help from the Russian mixed side. However, that's still against the rules. Anyway, that will be sorted out and talked about for a long time. Frederic Schuh there, thank you very much for the informative answer. Oh, so that's Mal Lundgren's best friend, Scorcher. What's his name? Rohill. Scorcher Rohill. What a great name. So hello, Scorcher Rohill. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for you all watching. I hope you've enjoyed the game, and we'll hope you tune in tomorrow night. Until then, this is Tom Styles and Sean Cole from the camera, and Tushar Singh and Rose pressing the buttons from I Am Ultimate, and we'll see you tomorrow night.